Hey, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Appreciate it. We're gonna do some Rhino Crit racing again today. Hey, Miguel. How goes it? Guess we should bring up the old Twitcheroony chat. Yeah, it should be fun. It's another go at Mike's Bad Decisions Bell Lap, as always. Good old summer fun. As we move into a weekend with 110 millimeters of rain, which is going to be not very fun. Means a lot of indoor riding. What can I say? So we're just going to noodle around on the Aspiro, get some miles into that, get the blood flowing in the legs. Such a great name. It is. It is. Yeah, just 110 millimeters, which is like a ton for us. We've had a lot of rain. It's green here, which it never is. So, downspouts are all down, and yeah, I guess we'll try to get some stuff done around in here. Maybe we'll set up the extra camera components that I wanted to do. Hey, James. Yeah, well, I mean, it depends. Like, to be honest, yesterday, for me, wasn't the biggest effort in the world. For those of you who watched, know that Miguel and the rest of the team went down. What confused me, I guess, yesterday was that one of our teammates had the original dirt jersey, which I'll throw back on here maybe in a minute. And he went off down the road, and it looked, to me, when I looked up, I just saw the darker jersey, so I thought it was one of the OTR riders, when in fact, it was all our guys down the road. So 4 of our guys down the road and me with a group of 4 or 5 OTR riders. We get that in about an hour in a normal rainy day, but most often rain comes in 5 to 10 minute intervals. Yeah, I think for us it's a multiple day. Yeah, it is. It's like I said, it's been extraordinarily rainy. Well, I guess good for the stream, bad for my outdoor riding. It was us 4 knuckleheads. It was, and then, like I said, the funny part to me was the encouragement from OTR for me to take some pulls on the front, which I refuse to do. Like most days, I just refuse to work. But yeah, it was a nice introduction. Like, I was expecting a much tougher race. I took the day off before. I was expecting to go way harder. And then it turned out the way it did. I mean, that'll still have a negative effect on today, because normally it's Wednesday's rest day, Thursday's go day, and then Friday's a light day, and Saturday, Sunday are full on, and Monday's full on. Like I was saying to Miguel the other night, like, I do all this stuff for fun. The outdoor stuff I can go hard sometimes. Sometimes I don't, but it's I definitely don't structure things in probably a way to get my best performance, to be honest. I mean, Monday racing is fantastic. I enjoy it, but you know, there's usually, especially in the summer months, a good couple 100 kilometers in the legs over the last few days, like 2 to 3 days, sometimes more, built up and then race. It just isn't conducive necessarily to getting your best performance. If I focused on that, maybe we'd actually do better, but like I said, it's all in good fun. I just enjoy racing and chilling and hanging out and, you know, having friends in the race and all that kind of good stuff. So it's win, lose, or draw. It's all in good fun. So, and you know, to be honest, sometimes it's good to get pushed when you're a little bit tired anyways. It's not a bad thing, that mental toughness that comes with it. But then again, you know, guys know that I can be extremely lazy. So yeah, I'm just kind of bouncing between the Cervelo and the Specialized for great ability here. Although I will say the Cervelo is quite slow on Tempest. Tempest for life. Plus, like I said, the rain this weekend hopefully gives me the motivation to do some things that I've been putting off. One is put a new camera mount on the SL8, which is much needed. The other is maybe actually get some filming done beyond racing. Get some more mad science going on with the stream setup is the other part of it too. I think that, like I said to Miguel, I have this idea of adding a moving camera, which may come to fruition, it may not, who knows. Like I said, every time I fix something, I break something. And we've done a lot of changing in the last couple weeks here, specifically, so I don't want to go too crazy. I'll be back in there with you, yeah, this Monday, next 390, 510 again if you don't go above that. I shouldn't be above that. I don't think, isn't it the 570 that we're doing? I don't even know. I think that we've been falling in range 2 is kind of how it, the ranges have been lining up. Because I don't change my time. I mean, as much as, again, like, at the end of the day, I do this for fun and race and have fun. I like kind of the consistency of a time slot, so it's whatever happens to fall in that time slot more than anything else. So at the end of the day, if it's range 2, it's range 2. If it's range 1, it's range 1. Sometimes 1 will be more advantageous than 2. Sometimes 2 is, it's just the way they stagger them. And that's fine. At the end of the day, it's all racing. If it's way high for me, I get pushed, which is good for the July races. Nice. Yeah, I don't think I'm moving anywhere fast. I mean, I think my score went down with the last Z race where I blasted off the front to help Mike. I think at the end of the day, my score dropped a little bit, which is fine. It'll go back up. It'll come back down. It'll be all over the map. It's how that stuff kind of works. Range 1 is better for me at the moment. Range 2 goes above 700. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like you said, there is. I mean, we can talk about actually winning on Zwift. There is a method to winning on Zwift, and really what it is A, being at the top point of your range. So making sure that you're like best power, best number for that category and kind of sitting in that sweet spot. And then the other part of it is really comes down to race selection. You want, you can take a look at races and see kind of where you stack up among people. And I mean, if guys are like way above you in power and racing score, you might want to pick a different race. The other thing is that if the bigger the field gets, the more likely you're not going to finish first. Especially if there's a group of people around you with the same kind of ability. So you almost want to kind of pick, you don't want to pick a race that's too small, but you also want a race that's not too big. You want it big enough that you can hide, small enough that you're not overwhelmed. Really just depends on how fast the group. That's right. But I will say this, if there are guys, if you look and there's guys that are super, super strong, you can tell what kind of pace that race is going to be. And sometimes those guys will dictate that pace. And it's hard, like, I don't care usually, who's in the race or whatever. It's just going to race whatever. But if there is somebody super strong, sometimes they can blow the entire race up. And if you're not careful, you're on the wrong side of that blow up. You're not going to win anyways because that person will win. But depending on how they ride, they can kind of dangle themselves and people put themselves way too red, way too early. And it just kind of destroys the race in a lot of ways, but I mean, it is what it is as well. Like let's get the old bet bot going here. There we go. Betting is open. I have no idea how many people are in this race, so you may want to hold your betting until we at least get in the pen. And just keep in mind that even though it wasn't the hardest race in the world yesterday, it was still, we're still holding 250 watts for most of it. Other than when I was doing 150 watts and my heartbeat was like 90 beats a minute. But that's because some people wanted me to pull and I wasn't going to do it. So we just slowed right down. Which is all good. All good in the hood. Everything else is set up properly. That's good, that's good. All right, I think we're set. I think we have things where they need to be. MJ, thanks for the raid over on Twitch. Appreciate it, my man. How you guys doing over there? We're just chilling, warming up, taking it nice and easy. What did you have going on today, my man? Like I said, we're just kind of like rolling into this. We'll do a little bit of a stretch and continue to thanks for the follow, ma'am. MJ, appreciate it. Thank you so much. Like I said, we're just kind of leveling up the Cervelo. I'm still convinced that there's going to be some sort of grammar. All right. You enjoy those post-meal snacks, MJ. I am sure they are well deserved, my man. They always taste better anyways, post-ride. Everything tastes better post-ride. Everything tastes better mid-ride when you're depleted as well. For my information, the Florida Panthers won the Stanley Cup again. I guess if I was in Edmonton, I would care. But I don't live in Edmonton. So, yeah, no, it's, I mean, Florida's always had good teams. They've always, whether it's, you know, the Tampa Bay Lightning or Florida, they've been doing well. I mean, there's a conspiracy theory that ultimately no Canadian team will win the cup. But I think that's just sour grapes, man. Like, it is what it is. I mean, did they even sell tickets to the game? Like, did they even? I remember Tampa Bay was going through the finals one year, and they had to like have a, what was it, a car wash, a bikini car wash, to try to entice people to get the tickets. I would just think down there with the heat and the humidity, that sitting in a freezer, basically with the ice for, you know, a few hours and drinking beer would be a pretty good pastime at the end of the day. You know, free air conditioning, basically. Well, not free, I guess you're paying for the ticket, but considering what people pay for playoff tickets up here, I think there's some ridiculous prices, I think, on StubHub and all those kind of ticket resellers for games. But, you know, I think Canadians are a little rabid about hockey at the end of the day. I'm not sure that's the same in Florida. I mean, I know by the time playoffs come here and, you know, snow's basically gone and everything, and it's like, I want to enjoy that outside weather. I don't want to be sitting inside watching hockey. But that's me. I'm not your atypical Canadian on the best of days anyways, so a ton of people go even to the lower end games. Oh, that's good. That's good. Like I said, I know the Tampa Bay Lightning had problems for a long time, even just putting people in, and they've won their Stanley Cups and had a good team. It's just, you know, America has their sports, right? Well, you do have the snowbirds, I guess, yeah? It's, I mean, I guess those people will go most definitely, but yeah, I mean, I think more people would be into America's pastime, like baseball or the NFL or basketball or whatever the case may be. I don't see, hockey being outside of like big, traditional franchises like Boston or, New York. I kind of don't see hockey being quite as popular. I mean, some of the northern states, I guess. But, some places I imagine it's a tough sell at the best of time. I mean, I know even here, like sometimes Calgary, for example, have been in trouble in the past because they weren't winning and people stopped going. And then they did okay and they became a hot ticket again, and it's all cyclical. It's like any sport, right? It's people want to see their teams do well, and it's kind of hard if you're at the basement. And it's a lot different here in North America for sports. Like there's no motivation sometimes for teams to be like you get the top draft picked. So being at the bottom sometimes, there's no motivation to elevate. Whereas if you look at something like Europe in the Premier League for soccer, if you're in the bottom three, it's like we're kicking you down a division. You're going to lose a lot of money. We also have transplants from other states, so we see a lot of Bruins and Northeast fans. There you go. Yeah, I mean, there are definitely key franchises. Detroit, the Red Wings have been around forever. Like I said, Boston, Chicago. I mean, they all have long hockey histories, right? So, a bit of a different thing. All right, we're going to click on the coffee break here for a sec, except we don't have it. 7 more minutes and I'll do my stretch. And then I have to remember to switch the bike, or it's going to be a very painful crit as I try to keep up on this gravel bike. But yeah, should be good fun. I guess we'll stick with the orange dirt kit. I thought I read today that Stowe and Mike Bells are on the same team on dirt, which is awesome. It's cool to see those guys racing together. Very, very different rider types, though. You could still podium on the gravel bike, maybe, but I wouldn't count on it. It definitely takes you can feel it. It feels a little, I don't know, grippy, I guess, is maybe the way to put it. It feels like you're kind of riding in molasses on the road compared to everybody else. I wouldn't want to see somebody with some real power on a good upgraded bike kind of boot around. It would be crazy. Absolutely crazy. I think it's the first time we've had more viewers on Twitch than I have on YouTube. What's going on, YouTube? Why you treat me like that? It's not cool. I mean, that's all due to MJNZ's raid there, but Normally that's not the case for me. Normally it is very, very opposite in what is going on. But cool, I like it. And I appreciate it. I appreciate all you guys over on Twitch that are sitting there, and I definitely appreciate the follows over there as well. Gordon's here. Good to see you, Gordon. The man, the myth, the legend, the brains behind the rhinos. You do before I decide to end that challenge, like at some point, like, I mean, it's got to get worked on to get it up there. I mean, we'll maybe give it a month. I'll go post on Discord. That's right, because I will do an Alp after the crit if I have 100 viewers on consecutive on YouTube, 100%. And they all in there chatting and subscribing and doing their magical things. Thanks for the ride on, Bobby. Appreciate it. We got to be close to doing my stretch. 3 minutes. Paul does the crits. So Paul is the mastermind behind the crits. Hey, George. Are you doing the 2-up TT next week? Am I doing a time trial next week? Absolutely not. There are two things that JD is not a big fan of. One is climbing, 2 is time trials. Although I do them from time to time. Usually winter time is the TT stuff for me. It's because I got to fill my days anyways. So, and sometimes TTs, like, they push that envelope, which is good. But to the same extent, I think I'm dodging something because I switch out a trainer road, usually a threshold workout, in exchange for it. TT sucks in TT. See, the thing is with TTT is that you can't just up and like switch it out. You gotta you gotta hang in there for the boys. At the end of the day, like, you blow up, you're letting people down. TT so suck. Well, I'm not the only one that feels that way. It's just not. I mean, at least in team time trial, you can hide behind somebody for a little bit of a rest, but really, it's, you know, all the power to the guys that have great 20-minute plus powers that can sit there and hold that consistent tempo and wattage and pace themselves and do a really good job of that. But at the end of the day, that's not me. Like I said, I am lazy. I like to sit in the draft. I don't like to work. And even if I do have to work, sometimes I let other people do it, and sometimes I'll just let the race get away. It's just, it's how we operate. There's no hiding exactly what I do. Tried to be the 5th man today and drop off to cruise home, and the 4th rider snapped his chain. Oh, and you see that's that makes it tough. That makes it really tough. In the sense that, and that's why, like, you know, if you have a team that's going to burn people out, it makes it really, really hard. You know, there's been a couple times where I've wanted to drop, and then I've ended up being the fourth, and it's not been fun at all. At all. Where did I put the damn ball? I've been moving too much stuff, and I've relocated things probably, I don't know, maybe I put it in a different drawer. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Ah, there we go. There we go. I wonder if I'll actually make it back before this thing times out. All right. Some good pressure points there. Oh, there you go. I did make it back in time. Oh, Gordon going big with 1,000 points. You must have missed the earlier conversation about how we raced yesterday, Gordon. So we're not primed today, but I will do my best. I don't know how big the field is here either. So we'll see. Yeah, nothing worse than getting dropped and being the fourth, 100%. Yeah, because a couple teams that I've raced for, I'm usually the lowest denominator on the totem pole most days anyways. So sometimes I'm just struggling to keep up. And then when somebody gets dropped off early, there's a kind of like, oh no moment for me. It's like, I can't let this drop. It's good though, because like I said, things like that make you mentally tough. You know, and I've had to ask teams to slow before and stuff, which is always a little bit of a kick to the ego, I guess. Let's finish off this drafting booth, then we'll switch out the bike. Hey, Holsey, how goes it? That's right, coffee ride. How's it going, Mike? We're here again doing Rhino Racing's Bell Lap, Mike Bell's bad decision crit race, as is tradition. Good times. All right. Well, at least we had it 15 kilometers to the, and you can see, there goes my pace partner self, how slow I have been going through here. I heard Stowe is going to ride with you guys. All right, George, you have yourself a good sleep, my man. Appreciate you dropping in and saying hello. Still the Bell Lap. Oh, you've got a ladder race? All right, let's switch bikes here. I have 3 new things? I don't know. Well, number one, I can't change wheels if I don't change. So we're 70. Got to go with orange. All right, chat decision time. Do I stick with the dirt jersey? Do I go with the ZRL championship jersey? Or do I go old school dirt? What do you guys want to see? Stowe's a beast, man. It's funny. Well, I think you're diametrically opposed riders. Like Stowe is a beast, and he's big, and you're a beast on the climbs, and it's just kind of like you're the opposite spectrums. So. But yeah, it should be like the nice thing is with a TTT is that the pace will be controlled somewhat. Watch out for Tyler. He's got a slightly longer sprint and rest according to this. Oh, the app. The app, always good. So what jersey are we going with, people? About 5. Not gonna lie, I'm hoping for a slower race. Someday I won't say that. Someday I will jump on the bike and feel like a god and go that route. All right. Better take care of some formalities. The Mert kit. Tyler has a full trophy cabinet. All right, set that up.
One.
Cheers, boys.
3.
Do it. Losing to the rookie. It's embarrassing. Come on, Thorne. Oh.
All this man. Good old maple syrup. Bottle's getting low. I'm gonna have to get some more though. But like I said, as far as energy gel goes, it's the way to go if you're in Canada. You like the Mert kit, the pink one? Yeah, I've got that as well. All right, we'll stick with the orange dirt, I think. The movie Super Troopers, good stupid fun. That is maple syrup, Riz. Fun fact, they actually did maple syrup for the movie as well. I believe it was one take. So you don't want to be drinking that much maple syrup. Like, it's bad enough to drink a bottle, but have to do like multiple takes. Brutal. Yo, Josh, how's it going? All right, just so we know, we're like 86 people away from me doing an Alp here today. Not looking good for the Alp. This is true, Riz. A lot of people didn't think I was going to stream today. I didn't even know, but yesterday was not as strong as, oh no, sorry, dude. Too many people in your faces. all those meet and greets. It's a horror movie convention. Every year here in Calgary. Fun fact, Josh and I have made horror movies together. Award-winning horror movies. Just to add another layer. Yeah. It's fun to revisit old horror movies. It's definitely, depending on when you watch them, the impression can be quite different. You just have to be active in chat, Riz. Bot throws them out to people that are active in chat. They grow over time. So if you lose them, they'll come back. Donate 1 point. Now we got a trainer road boy in here. Garcia and the other guy might be teammates. Or just coincidentally same jersey.
I've been working out so hard today that my sleeves fell off. Ah!
Those boys came through fast from the back. I feel like Zhang watches the stream because he was in on Tuesdays. Now he's here on Thursdays. So we appreciate you, man. It's not going to be a split for long, though.
Next question. Yeah, hi, can you ride fast? Fuck you!
Ale, 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 ale!
Leroy it is. All right. Gordon's breaking out the disabled sausage dog.
A disabled sausage dog.
Oh, we lost one? Really? The redeems available is just kind of by lore. There's no list per se. Bot explains a couple of them, but wow, that guy just appeared. A muscle memory. That should be one. The guy disappeared again.
Dragons!
Ultimate Ghost.
Next question. Yeah, hi, can you ride fast? Fuck you! Dragons!
Go.
Ale, 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 ale!
Dragons!
This is where it falls apart. Whew. Whew.
Ale, 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 ale!
I made one quit.
Ale, 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 ale!
Whew. Take a second. That was a good race. Whew. Thanks, Gordon. Well raced. Some very thoughtful racing in there. Nicely done by Fields, though. That was a good kick. Very nice kick. Oh, fast. The animal, probably by all right, should have been faster than me. But that worked out well. That was good fun. A race where bad decisions are made. Ah, good times. Yeah, I thought Fields might have kicked off too soon, but clearly he has the stamina and the power to hold that, which is good for him. And that's possible too. Like they got fast quick and long. Like it's I mean, you got to chase. If you want the win, you got to chase that wheel and hold on for as long as you can. But I saw him bucked off, and I saw that Fields wasn't catchable. So I just kind of like timed it a bit, where he eased off a bit, because I didn't want to like pull him. I think if I had blasted past if I had kept my pace, he would have just taken a free ride to second place. So I just modulated a bit, and there we go. But good fun. I mean, I just wanted to test on that lap. I had hoped that the animal, as soon as he popped the draft van, I knew they wouldn't take a pull. And I didn't want to pull him up that entire climb for the chase. I would have happily shared, but bursting at 14.4 and holding over 10 watts a kilo for 800 meters. Who was holding 10 watts for 800 meters? That's crazy. It's a crazy sprint. I don't think I'm capable of that, to be honest. But it was good. It was a good pace. It was nice. Like I said, I mean, yesterday's race, Miguel and Riz will tell you that I was very lazy. Well, those guys worked and played with each other up front. I just kind of did nothing, but I didn't know what to expect in terms of power from the other team. Yeah, he was kicking. That's good. That's strong. There's no catching that. Not for me. Even on my best days. But yeah, that was good fun. It's good fun. A little smaller field today, which is good. I think I was saying to Miguel and some other people as well, like, you don't want the field too small. I wouldn't want it much smaller than what we had. Ideally, you've got like, I want to say like 10 to 15 people, kind of in that range. You know, and then when you start getting in the bigger numbers, your chances deplete. Like the more people that are in a race, the less likely you are to finish on the podium. He went from like 0 watts to multiple times. Oh, really? Interesting. Could be the trainer. I mean, it's whatever. It's he's in the race. He won. All props to him. You know, like I said, these are all fun for me. So it's you know, I was talking with Miguel the other night, and I basically said, like, I do them for fun because I don't rest properly before races, and I put in too much work, and a lot of times I'm like, especially the Monday race. The Monday race, I'm like completely fatigued by Monday. And it's even worse with ZRL because it's like Monday race, then ZRL. And I'm so cooked. If I did things a little bit different, maybe I would perform a lot better than I do in these things. He def had a trainer that stickies. It's all good. Like I said, it was, all these guys made it interesting. There was some good racing in there. You know, there was some tests, like in the first couple laps, there was a little bit of testing, and then it died down, and then it was slow for quite a bit, and then I wanted to go on lap 7. I just, in my head, I'm like, I want to see what's what, and see if I can shed a couple of these guys, like push hard, see who comes. I had hoped that the guy that did catch up when we had that 2 seconds maybe would have worked a bit and maybe pushed him a bit harder, because the longer that we could have stayed out front, the harder it would have been to get up, especially if we had gone through that rolling section, the rolling uphill, and maintain that gap. They would have had to push really hard, and there wouldn't be much rest for them, because you could probably push the flat a little bit more. But I'm gonna get more power. Yeah, it's good practice, you know, and it's, like I said, the thing is with Zwift, it's all fun, it's all make yourself better. It's, you know, you gotta get pushed, and this is a guy that talks about being lazy a lot, but like I said, you know, it's that is a big part of my race strategy. Number one, because I'm old. Number two, because I am, like, if we pull up, for those of you who are on Trainer Road, you can pull up your profile. It'll show you exactly what type of rider. And I am a pure sprinter, 100%. Phenotype according to that. So you got to play to your strengths. Thanks, Josh. Appreciate it. How do I get more power? Just ride. Like, really, like, you know, I go riding with Josh all the time outside, and like, you know, we go for a long distance, but you know, sometimes we go fast, sometimes we don't go fast at all. Sometimes there's like massive big burger food stops in there where you like eat it and you're like, oh, this is so good, I feel so good. And then you get on the bike and it's like, man, I am so heavy now. But it's just putting in the time on the bike, and it's you know, it's racing for fun. It's making sure you do, maybe, you know, you're on the bike at least, I would say 2 to 3 times a week. You know, there's guys that spend, like myself, spend a lot more time on the bike, but that's because it's what I love to do. And, you know, from there you can do things like Zwift has all those training programs, you know, some basic training programs. You can do those. Those will help establish a base. Like I said, I'm on Trainer Road, and my workout program, you know, it's all set out in advance, and you know, and I tinker with that. Like I'm not strictly dedicated to it, because a lot of times I will do things like take a race instead of doing what I'm supposed to be doing. But you know, it all works it out, and all that kind of go. Off to get killed by Stowe. Oh, Stowe will be streaming, so I'll get to watch, Mike. That's awesome. Yeah, so I'll be watching your WTRL race. For those of you in chat, Stowe Studios. If you're in the Discord, you'll see his channel there. He's most likely streaming. So we will definitely do that. So that'll be cool. The nice thing is I get to creep. I can listen in on Discord or whatever, and if there's no team audio and Stowe's thing as well. So, and I can see what the plan is anyways ahead of time. So makes it good. But at the end of the day, we need to find somebody for a change to raid on Twitch before I forget. For those of you who are on YouTube, make sure, if you are a Zwift type person, to join the Discord. And do that, because we're going to start working on some stuff for that. So we're going to raid CX Tricks over on, except it says there's no name. You see, this is why I'm terrible at Twitch. CS Tricks. See, you got to be able to spell to do these things properly, guys. And everybody's name's always spelt really kind of weird, so. There we go. All right, we'll catch you later, Twitch, as we're raiding now. For those of you guys, like I said, on YouTube, if you're still watching and you do have a channel, make sure to join the Discord. We're going to be working on a couple things. I'm going to work on some of that tonight. Got a magical plan in my head. For those of you who are racing WTRL tonight, best of luck. We'll be watching Stowe, so Stowe Studios on YouTube. Check out his stuff. Should be a fun race. You can see Mike Bad Decision Bill on that team as well. I'm just assuming that he's streaming because he streams all the time. But anyways, appreciate it. Paul Gordon from Rhino Racing, thanks for putting on a great race series. I have had so much fun over the weeks here doing these races, and I will continue to do so in the weeks to come as the weather permits. And anyways, if you haven't done so already, smash that like button, tell your friends about the stream, subscribe, all that kind of good stuff. Appreciate all you guys in the chat. You guys are the best, and until next time, see ya.